Hi all, how you doing? Hope you're doing great wherever you are in the world. So let's have a quick talk about CrowdStrike. This guy, Zach Voorhees, has basically sort of illustrated what the error was. I don't fully understand it, but it was some sort of null function. And I'm not going to fully understand it, okay? And there's no point in me trying to explain it. But basically, in a nutshell, they rolled out a software program to update Windows, the Windows system. Okay, I don't know if it's Windows 10, Windows 11, or all of it, but if you had CrowdStrike on there, so if you've got if you're working with CrowdStrike, then you'd have got this update from CrowdStrike to update Windows, and Windows would just let you update it. So there's a few problems here. Windows haven't sort of tested this update from CrowdStrike. They've just trusted CrowdStrike by the looks of it to just update every single Windows computer that's got CrowdStrike on it. And it's obviously completely screwed up the system due to the bad programming, effectively using C++. And this guy's saying basically if they'd used a more modern program like Rust, then this wouldn't have happened. So probably what's going to happen in future is they're probably going to update it and get rid of my C++ on this particular thing and update it with maybe Rust. Who knows though? Because that'll probably take hours and millions of pounds, no doubt. Um, but the other thing that amazes me is that they can just update this without, and this is to huge organizations, airlines, media such as BBC and CNBC and Fox and all the media outlets are all using these Windows computers that have got CrowdStrike on it. Um, and so all of them went down. Lots of hospitals and pharmacies and stuff, they've also got it on because they've been told to put on CrowdStrike, basically. And all these big organizations just follow the lead of these massive companies. And they all got knocked out as well. So if you were desperate for your some drugs, okay. So my wife wanted some drugs yesterday, couldn't get them because all the computers were down. So we couldn't check anything in or out, or they wouldn't. I mean, at a pinch, they could probably do something. Okay, they could probably write you up on a piece of paper and say, "Yeah, so and so's taken this," and knock one off, kind of thing. But they don't want to do that because it's going to be a ball ache to sort of get all this paper stuff. If everybody comes in and they hand out pieces of paper and they have to write it down what they've given out and stuff on a bit of paper, like the old way of doing it, then they're going to have to sort of re-update. They're going to have to put all this information back in again at another point, and also that'll be at a different date, won't it? Whenever the computer gets updated and stuff. So they just decide, well, let's not do anything instead. Okay, well, let's wait for the computers to get all fixed. But with this bug, you can't just turn it on and off again, and you can't update it. Um, so you can't get a re-update of the program because you basically can't turn it on because it's to do with the system rather than just a piece of software. Okay, it actually updates the system, which seems crazy that Microsoft would allow this, first of all. And secondly, why CrowdStrike haven't tested it on a little system, first of all, to see if the update works okay. And they've just rolled it out and basically using everybody as a test. Oh, did it work, everybody? The other thing I don't quite understand is if it started failing in Australia, because obviously Australia got up first in the morning and all the computers started going down in Australia. Didn't somebody sort of think, hold on, can't we stop this? Can't we stop this going to Europe and America? We can see something's clearly messed up in Australia. Where was something in, let's use the Australians to test things out. Yeah. Who cares about them? That's a joke, by the way. Sort of a joke. um, so yeah, so all the banks went down as well. Forgot to mention that. So you couldn't draw cash out. You couldn't buy anything at supermarkets because all the tills work on Microsoft as well, I think. So nothing worked basically. So the whole Western world effectively that went down. Okay, but one thing that it showed was that Bitcoin didn't go down. So all the cryptocurrencies we could all trade still. You could still use MetaMask. You could still send stuff over from one wallet to another. None of that changed because we were all on a decentralized network, basically. So instead of being on a centralized network like Croudstrike and Microsoft, where you had one focus, one point that was weak. Okay, so this is the thing in a centralized network is that you're reliant on one aspect of it. And if that one goes down, if you cut the legs from underneath that, then the whole thing goes down. Whereas if you've got networks where only a couple of computers go down, or you get some bad actors, as they call it, then you ignore the bad actors, and then and the network carries on because it just says, "Oh, that's bad, and that's bad." But these other 47 are good. Let's trust the 47 and ignore the three bad ones. Okay, but in this situation, if the bad one is the main computer that's sending stuff out, then you're completely screwed. So that is my opinion on CrowdStrike. Also monopolies and stuff. These companies are too big and get completely trusted. So what we need, obviously, is more decentralization, more smaller companies that if one company goes down, it's only, 0.01% of the whole network, rather than if one company goes down, then sort of 90% of the stuff goes down. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think about CloudStrike. Obviously, it's a Saturday now, and I think the share price of CloudStrike went down by about 11-13%, something like that. So there's no trading on there. So it'd be interesting to see how the share price changes. I think Microsoft went down by about 2%. I mean, it's still quite a big chunk of change, but you'd have thought it'd have gone down a bit more than that, to be honest with you. Maybe nobody could trade on the stock exchange because it was all down. Who knows? Anyway, CloudStrike. Not good, is it? Not good.